Have you ever noticed how some traders charge in with confidence while others prefer to analyse every tiny detail before they make a move? Neither approach is right or wrong, but if you don't understand your own trading personality, you could be using a strategy that works against you instead of for you. And that's why we're continuing our special two-part series on trading personality. I'm Louise Bedford, the money chick, and the host of Talking Trading. Now, if you haven't listened to part 1 yet, make sure you do that first, because last week we explored the director and the socialiser trader types and how their traits play out in the markets. This week, we'll dive into the remaining personalities, the thinker and the relator, and uncover how understanding your natural style can transform your results and your confidence as a trader. This will help you personally as a trader, but also as a spouse, a family member, a sibling, and even in your job. So the impact of this is so important. And once you know who you are as a trader, you'll finally stop fighting your own instincts and start trading in flow. So here is a quick recap of what we discovered. Directors are outgoing. They thrive on challenge and control and quick decisions. Their strength is decisiveness, and their blind spot is overconfidence and over trading. Socialisers are people-oriented. They bring enthusiasm and energy and optimism to their trading. Their strength is persistence and connection. Their blind spot is treating trading like entertainment and losing interest when it stops being fun. Now, remember the quiz that we used to help you place yourself? Let's go through it quickly again. Are you more task-oriented or people-oriented? Task-oriented traders thrive on rules and lists and efficiency. People-oriented traders thrive on connection and feedback and collaboration. So answer that first. Are you more task or are you more people-focused? And then the second question is, are you more outgoing or reserved? Outgoing traders act quickly and love energy. Reserved traders are thoughtful and prefer to observe first. So that gives us 4 types. You've got your director who is outgoing. You've got your socialiser who is people-oriented. You have your task orientation, which is the thinker, and you have your reserved orientation, which is the relator. Now, most of us, we're not purely one type. You probably have a dominant personality with a secondary style. For example, you might be mainly a thinker, but with relator tendencies. Or you could be a director with some socialiser streaks. And also remember the idea of masking. If you grew up in a difficult environment, you may have had to hide or suppress your natural style just to survive. That mask can carry through into adulthood and create an internal tug of war when you trade. This doesn't just affect you, it can affect your relationships. Have you ever noticed trading or money conflicts with your spouse or partner? Very often, it's because their basic needs are different to yours. Directors want control, socialisers want recognition, thinkers want precision, and relators want security. Now, if we don't understand the personality types across the table, it's no wonder the sparks fly. So today we'll cover the 2 other personality types, the thinker trader and the relator trader. So let's set off with the thinker trader. These people are task-oriented and their basic needs are quality answers, value and excellence. They love order, they love long-term goals and detailed lists and structured systems, and they'll happily write a trading plan that's 20 pages long. They will make sure they've covered every contingency. So I've got a little story to put this into context for the thinker traders. Imagine a trader named Alex. Alex spends hours researching before he ever places a trade. He subscribes to multiple newsletters and checks dozens of indicators and creates spreadsheets to track every scenario. But here's the thing. Alex hesitates. He's waiting for the perfect setup, and while he's waiting, the opportunity passes him by. Alex is a thinker. So there are so many strengths to do with the thinker. They are deeply knowledgeable and disciplined. They're admired for their expertise, and when they do act, their trades are well thought through. They can bring order and logic even when the market is quite chaotic. But there are pitfalls as well. If you think about the geologists and the engineers and the computer science geeks that I've had on the show, they are probably thinkers. Okay, so think about what that can mean for the pitfalls. They can get trapped in analysis paralysis. They overanalyze, they can procrastinate and sometimes freeze when the market doesn't match their expectations. They can sometimes be rigid and overly critical of others and even self-punishing, like they might even deny themselves a reward after a windfall because they think it would be impure. So if you're a thinker, your challenge is to trust your plan and to take action. Perfection is not possible in the markets. Waiting until everything feels just right will paralyze you. So lean into your discipline, but give yourself permission to execute. So that is the detailed, specific, very clever thinker trader. And let's talk about the relator trader. Relator traders are reserved and their basic needs are appreciation and security and affirmation. Relators take their time. They research heavily and they often wait until they feel very comfortable before pushing on that first trade. There was a relator once I know who took 13 years to place his first trade. That's because that's my husband, and it took him 13 years to be able to feel that everything was in order and that the moons had aligned, and then away we go. But once they start, they can be incredibly competent and steady traders. So here's a story. Picture Sarah. She studied trading for months. She's read the book. She's taken the courses. She's joined the forums, but she still hasn't placed her first trade. She's waiting for someone that she trusts, maybe a mentor or a partner, to give her that little push. But once Sarah does start, though, she's very calm and reliable under pressure. Sarah is a relator trader. Now, if you're curious about which one you are, I'm guessing you've got a leaning and you've got a bit of an idea. If you're outgoing, you know that you're likely to be a director. If you're reserved, you're likely to be a relator. If you're task-focused, you're likely to be a thinker. And if you're people-focused, you're likely to be a socialiser. But if you want more specifics on this, go to talkingtrading.com.au and find this episode, because in the notes that I provide about this episode, I'm going to give you a quite detailed test, which is fun to do, but it will give you more of the specifics about the strengths and the pitfalls of each type of trait. So let's look at the relator strengths. Relators are dependable, they're calm, and they're empathetic. They're terrific listeners and they're steady under pressure, and they are wonderful team players. They bring balance to trading groups because they don't overreact to market swings. They're the ones that have no enemies and that are calm regardless of what the market is doing. And some of the pitfalls. Relators can procrastinate, they can avoid risk, they can become overly dependent on others. And under stress, they may turn passive aggressive or withdraw completely. They can also be overlooked because often they're so quiet and unassuming. So if you're a relator, your task is to push through the procrastination and to trust your preparation. Don't wait forever, and especially don't wait for outside validation because you've got to run your own race. Build confidence step by step and give yourself credit for progress. And here's where it really gets interesting. When different personality types interact in trading partnerships or marriages or even friendships, conflict often comes from not understanding each other's basic needs. So let's go through those now, because I bet you as you're thinking, you're immediately aware of people that you've dated before, your children, the people in your family. And if you know what their personality type is and their requirements and their needs are, you can actually smooth over a lot of potentially volatile situations just by understanding their point of view. So let's take it that you could be married to one of these people. So I'm going to say spouse sometimes, but I could also interchange that with your child, your boss, your colleague, your workmate. So if you've got a director's spouse, they want fast decisions and they want control. A relator spouse might want safety and reassurance. A thinker can crave detail and analysis. And a socialiser, they'll crave recognition and connection. If we don't recognise what these needs are for each of these personality types, we end up frustrated and talking past each other and creating unnecessary conflict. And masking adds another layer. If someone has learned to hide their personality, maybe the relator that is having to act like a director to cope with a difficult upbringing, it can take years to discover who that person really is. The disconnect, that shows up in trading and it shows up in relationships. And here's the important point. It isn't about changing who you are. Your personality is your wiring, and that doesn't really change. Yes, the answers to that quiz on the show notes, that might alter over time depending on the circumstances, but your basic orientation is usually quite solid. What you can do is build self-awareness, and that awareness is the rewiring. Once you know your strengths and your blind spots, you can set up structures and routines, and that will support you with your trading in line with your personality instead of fighting against it. And that's how you create lasting success in the markets. And here's something that should encourage you. Successful traders come from every single personality type. There isn't one perfect style that guarantees success. Directors, socialisers, thinkers, and relators can all thrive in the markets. The real key is to lean into your natural strengths and to be brutally honest about your weaknesses. Personally, as well, being a socialiser director, I find that I staff a lot of my weaknesses. I give away the things that I find too hard to do. And that way I'm left with the things that are fun, and that has kept me in the markets for nearly 38 years. And when you do that, you're no longer trading blind. You're trading with clarity. So let's see if I can summarise. Thinkers love detail and lists and perfection. Their strength is discipline. Their blind spot is paralysis. Relators love security, affirmation, and connection. Their strength is steadiness, but their blind spot is procrastination and dependency. Together with the directors and the socialisers from last week, These 4 types explain why we trade the way we do and why sometimes we clash with others. So that's our look at the thinker and relator traders. Did you hear yourself in Alex the thinker or Sarah the relator? Maybe you're precise, structured, and sometimes paralysed like the thinker. Or maybe you're steady, supportive, and cautious like the relator. You probably only have one primary style and one secondary style. But I'll bet you're pretty sure about what I am after hearing all of those different characteristics. And that's right, a director socialiser, socialiser director. You are definitely spot on with your assessment. I love to be in control and for everybody to have fun doing it my way. Yes. So I think understanding your wiring and the wiring of those around you, it won't only help you trade better, it will help you navigate conflicts and relationships more gracefully. So what I've really developed here is my own version of an ancient idea. Back in Hippocrates' time, people believed our health and behaviour were governed by 4 bodily humours. It sounds revolting, I know, but blood, phlegm, yellow bile and black bile. It was their way of explaining why some people were fiery and impulsive while others were calm and cautious. So I've taken that same framework and reimagined it for the trading world. But instead of the humours, which sound disgusting, we look at directors, socialisers, thinkers and relators, 4 distinct trading personalities. And just like in ancient times, once you understand your temperament, you can predict how you'll react under pressure and where your strengths lie and where you need extra guardrails to succeed. So definitely, if you missed part 1 and you've got this far, well done, but go back and listen to it. And if you want to take the full quiz, head over to the show notes for this episode at talkingtrading.com.au. And regardless of your personality type, I have to tell you that most people only notice the visible wins, the big profits, the exciting trades, the moment a portfolio doubles. What they don't see is the invisible work behind it all. The journaling, the backtesting, the portfolio reviews, the hours spent refining systems when nobody is watching. It's easy to underestimate that work. But it's the quiet grind behind the scenes that builds the foundation for visible success. In trading, there are no shortcuts. Every chart you study, every stop loss rule you practice, every system tweak you record in your journal is like laying another brick. It might feel slow or unseen now, but those hidden hours accumulate. And when your results finally show up in your equity curve, to the outside world, it'll look like an overnight success, but you'll know it was built on invisible work. And some of that invisible work is listening to the Talking Trading podcast. I'm Louise Bedford, and I will see you in the very next episode. And if no one has told you this today, take it from me. You have the essence of a great trader inside of you. Happy trading.